line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up.
You can't get any more old school than this, and you certainly can't get a little more wilder than this. Pushing Limits Racing League brings back the 87 Cup cars here on PTM Racing TV, and it's about to get down and dirty here at Talladega Superspeedway. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader Christian Shriver, joining you guys here today. We're getting ready for the action here as we're bringing out 3 heavy-hitting charged cars from the Chevrolet Monte Carlo to the Buick LeSabre to the Ford Thunderbird. This is a field set to hit it down on the biggest and baddest of them all. Here is your starting lineup for the action today. On the pole in the 07, it will be the closer, Cindy Taylor. They're outside in the 337, Bill Watkins. Row number 2 is Tyler Orkin. The 8 is outside in the number 3. That will be Jason Henry. Row number 3 is going to be in the 84, Matthew Hoffert. And outside in the 76 is Mike Rideout. Row number 4 is Stanley Bottle. And the 48 outside of them is the 87. That will be Kevin Baker. And finally, in row number 5, the 21 will be Robert Kahn. And outside in the number 14, that's Crusader Christian Shriver. And then the shotgun in the field, the 5 is Chantel, the throttle Pottle. Field is set to go. And I'm not gonna lie, we got some brand new cameras we were working on before we even got onto the show here. So we had to go down there and kind of work with everybody, make sure they were well aware of what we're even planning on doing. I can't wait to show you guys some of them now, but all in due time. We gotta wait it just a little bit before we reveal our little secrets. I can at least say, though, that there's a good thing they have holes and vents cut on the front of the noses of these cars. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be able to do what I wanted to do with them. All good things intentioned and time descended. We are ready to get to the action here. 35 laps to the distance. And do not think for 1 second, folks, this is going to be your usual cars closer together, packed, stacked, and all that the entire race. This is a whole different car and feature. This car literally is one of, if not the toughest cars to steer, to equip, and win with. It is a challenge in itself, and it's a challenge on the tire model and the tire sake. You have got to watch yourself and pace yourself throughout this race. These drivers are about to find that out the hard way as we bring them down to the line off of turn number 4 to the front straightaway, awaiting the starting command from the flag stand. Pushing Limits Racing League brings you back 87 Cup cars. Here we go. It's time to head back to 1987, boys. It just sounds beautiful. I don't know what it is, but that sound is just, it sounds like pure muscle. It sounds like old school muscle. I'm telling you, I love the sound of it already. It's not quite as throaty, it's not quite as deep in the field as it usually would be for like hearing the Next Gen Cup cars, but you'd be hard pressed to find cars that look like these and actually look like actual stock cars. And speaking of my little cameras I told you about, this is really inside the grill panel where the filters are for the number 48 of Stanley Bottle here. And then you get a good onboard camera here, getting a good look inside that car. And this is what is controlling the speed and the vents of these machines and these heavy artillery. As you can see, drivers are already still trying to not only escape the troubles of the runs, but also trying to make sure they don't lose too much power under the turns. They've got to actually lift a little bit in some of these corners just to preserve the tire and also at the same time not get too acquainted with each other. You don't want to get too complacent. That's the one thing you don't want to do. And Jason Henry already making a drive up to the front. We have a new leader here in the Fulgur's 3. The Monte Carlo, though, dealing with some company. Here comes the 07 Hooters machine, driven by a gal that probably what you would think should be driving a bit of the Ford Thunderbird with the usual that Hooters scheme usually you would see. Of course, talking about the Alan Kwiecki, Bill Elliott days there, but not a bad looking ride either way as the closer takes the lead from Henry. Tyler Ork, though, right behind him, looking to try to get some speed going as well. Maxing the speed and masking the power down on the track. You can actually just see the air of the filter and actually the way the sun is coming through on that itself. Quite the look there. Uh-oh, looks like a little trouble down there already. Looks like the 48 and the 87 and Kevin Baker have wrecked on out. Oh! And speaking of 87 looking destruction, I forgot about the damage model. That's probably about as real. That's probably a very good realistic outtake of what they look like. Oh my! They weren't kidding when they said these things were gonna look realistic when they wrecked. Not only do they feel realistic, but they look at the same too. This is gonna be interesting. Here's a look at the PTM replay, folks. This looked like it got a little wild. There's a slide job up, and Baker kind of drove it right in, took him for a ride. Oh my! Oh my goodness! I don't know. I think we may need to get more of these 87 Cup races in. These cars and this look and this racing already is just making me smile from ear to ear. This is wild, guys. I think we got an onboard camera with that one. I think we can get a look at it here from another look. Here, let's take a look, see if we can here. Yeah, imagine wrecking with this kind of equipment around you. Oh no! Well, there goes my camera. They can't even keep it upside. They can't even keep it straight. Oh my word! Field gonna get stretched back up into position here. They're already coming down off of turn number 4 this time on by. So Baker and Bottle, both drivers have got their cars fixed up out of pit road though currently. The number 76, Mike Rideout, no stranger to winning on the plate tracks, is going to get the MRM 76 into the lead. We'll have to deal with the closer, the Cindy Taylor on the outside on this restart zone. Pilot him off down on the front straightaway here. Back to the restart zone we go. Green flags up, green flag comes on down. Fixing them down around the track here. The closer will have to work her way on the outside again. Mike Rideout going to take an early advantage. And don't look now, but Tyler Orrick in the number 8 is already also working with the Chevrolet companions here. And a Buick sneaking his way in the back of the back here. The Rattlesnake Robert Kahn paying homage and tribute. Homage, I should say, in tribute to the late, great Bobby Allison with this scheme. The Miller High Life number 12, and if there was ever a track that car, that look was synonymous with, for maybe all the wrong reasons that we really would not want to think of today, it's probably this track, and it's probably that exact same car. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. It was one of the wildest days, and one of the days we didn't realize how far we went into the realm of speed. It was actually the fastest day in terms of speeds laid down for fastest qualifier. Bill Elliott on his own would set a record speed of 212 miles per hour. Bobby Allison just barely getting below him at 211. But unfortunately on the front straightaway, the tire blew and it sent him airborne. Straight into the wall, straight into the fence, but managing to keep everybody safe from harm and no issues there. Davey Allison, after the repairs were done, would be able to win the race there. His father looking on and watching all that happen. And of course, Kahn taking the lead away early here, so we'll see if that pays a little more tribute to there. Matthew Hoffman, the 84 cookout machine, though, doing a pretty solid job kind of getting something going. We go on board here with Hoffer. Take a look at this steering wheel. This isn't the usual steering wheels you would see on our cars today with the next gens, the street stocks, late models, super late models. No, you don't see that. This is more like what you would see on the actual dirt side. These cars and this design is exactly made the way you would normally see a normal day-to-day stock car. And if you don't believe me, then here you go. It's actually kind of got that look, got that feel to it, and this is exactly what they're looking for. And I also kind of like the idea that they paid homage here in iRacing to the style that Earnhardt used to drive with. That's pretty sweet looking in its own right. Field collapsing around the track, trying to find some speed and trying to find some momentum to kick up here. Kevin Baker taking to the inside as the 5 Centel throttle. The throttle bottle just went that throttle right into the wall. I don't know how much damage was done on that right side, but she's got to be careful here. The one thing that we said a minute ago was the damage was realistic. That goes for the field too. You bash that wall in too much, oh, you better be finding a place to hide, because it's not going to be fun having to deal with for later. Onboard camera here right now at the X side. Batteries number 87, Kevin Baker. And this is another thing too. This draft, I'm telling you, you can carry your speed all you want. You can flat out for about 5 or 6 laps. But once you start doing that, that's when you're really asking for trouble, and it becomes extremely difficult just to hang on. Kahn back down 3 wide off of the front straightaway they go. Entering the tri-oval, Kahn and Pottle will stay back in the back yet again. Tyler Orrick trying to make a move on the inside while Rideout continues to block him off. Jason Henry, though, in the number 3, kind of leaning his way through, looking to get the Fulgers machine ahead. Everybody right now just kind of pushing their momentum up further as they go. Stanley Pottle way back in the field. Bill Watkins nowhere even inside here. seemingly having too much troubles down there to keep it under control, and it looks like that 5's going to have more troubles. Looks like the right front has been clipped up too much. She may have to go to pit road. She is struggling. Jason Henry going to move it up on the top side here as Watkins has entered into pit road. Can't kind of crossed off though. Nowhere to go there. Honestly, this is about the only time you'll see a plate race in action actually with these cars. This is about as close as they get. Now, I'm not saying you can't do the big packs and the 3 wides. I'm just saying it's very difficult to do. Robert Kahn now back to the top. Cindy Taylor right below him as Hoffer takes it over for the 3rd spot. Right out in Oric. No stranger to drafting off one another every now and then. They know how to really do it on this track. Watch for right out now to try to dictate the pace, try to dictate the controls here as Kahn looks to try to seize an opening or two. He's going to the outside. Look out for that 14 as well. The Crusader is on a charge. He went topside and now representing a scheme that can be best described as the homage to Bill Elliott's ride in the Thunderbird days. He's currently trying to put the 14 Crusader right up to the field. Now double filed in though. They're starting to contribute more as they go. Every drive for themselves here. No disregard, no openings for here. It's really just all about taking control and doing whatever you can to hang on. Jason Henry have problems down there. He's going to go into pit road immediately. The field stays green. And you can just see too how difficult it's getting for some of these drivers to really find an opening or make a pass or even just really get a chance here. Some of them actually getting kind of crossed up and just trying to avoid tire wear. Oh, and some of them also hit the toe wall on the outside there. You see driver going to the bottom, trying to avoid Baker. Baker clips the right side. Again, the XI batteries gets passed up by the 14 Crusader. No moment to lose and nothing to give. And you want to talk about steering? Look at this here. Look at the steering having to be shifted and used up on this kind of track. When's the last time you ever had to do this kind of steering on a plate track, if you remember right? The Gen 6s, the Gen 5s, the next gens, you never had to do this. Now you see why they're not going all full throttle and why they're having so much trouble just making sure they hold the line down and stay out of the way of issues. In my opinion, and I'm going to say this with all due respect to all the other cars, and I love racing most of them, but for oval wise, I think this is honestly the toughest car to master in iRacing on all forms of tracks and all forms of levels. For one reason, it's a heavy piece of equipment. It has got a very unique steering where you really have to dial it in. You have to watch how you control the turns. You got to set the car up just right for a long run. You got to make sure you get your pit stops just right. The brakes on them are not as strong as we say as maybe even the next gens. It is an absolute challenge and a unit to figure out, but that's what makes it so much fun. It's built like a tank, and it drives like a motorboat. That is the best way I can even give you a good description of this car. Working the field down around here still with laps to go. Looks like Kahn going up top side. Might have burnt up a little bit. He actually clipped the wall there. I think we kind of missed it there. The only Buick out of the field here, honestly, what the word is in the news coming around, also the Pontiac is coming out as well. The Pontiac Grand Prix, I believe, that will be coming to us here by next build, if not 2 builds from now, as quoted by Dale Earnhardt Jr., which of course is the Vice President of iRacing. Received also word there from that little update that he gave also about the street stocks getting that box body design, the Chevrolet box body sign. Very similar to these Monte Carlos finally for the regular street stocks. And even the Legends getting a bit of a wagon look here. If you've never seen those in person, believe me, it's very cool to see. And I can't wait to see what it looks like in an actual race. This should be something cool to see. But speaking of cool, right now, they got 19 to 18 laps left to go here. The field is starting to push their limits a little bit and trying to hold on. Field kind of in a bind here. Those that save tires are going to be the ones that can try to muscle their way to the front. The others are those that have to hold down the Ford and hold down the speed here. So one Buick in the lead, the rest Chevys except for a lone Ford in the very back. Not sure if Shriver's trying to just stay towards a different line or different angle here. He told me earlier today he's really just trying to focus on staying under control. He's trying to stay focused on the middle ground and the high ground. I heard a lot of drivers even tell me too, like to run Talladega at its peak, you almost got to run it like a mile and a half. And what do they mean by that? Well, it means you got to take those corners high and then you got to bring it back down low. And I never thought in my life I'd ever say that about Talladega or Daytona. But that's the way they said you do it. Uh-oh, and Hoffert, hold on. He got into the wall. Can he save it? Yes, he can. Gets in the wall. He's got a little bit of a ground clearance now. He's going to have to make up. Oh, watch out, though, for Kahn. Kahn loose. Oh, can he save it? Oh, hold on. No, he's not saving this one. It's in the wall. Into the wall he goes, and Kahn absolutely stunned at what just happened. Mike Rideout's head to pit road. Tyler Orrick is staying on out. Kahn's damage so tremendously horrible here. We'll take a look at the replay just to see what happened there. You just barely missed the clip of it as he went in. There he goes. You see, almost similar to what you saw with many drivers back in the day. You get a little too aggressive and those tires are gone. Tire goes out and bam, straight into the wall. The nose of the car taking most of the impact. The tires not ripped off just yet. Sad to say, though, that's not going to help their cause much. That's going to be a very tough little ordeal to get around now. The closer, Cindy Taylor, right now, your race leader. The 14-inch Christian Schreier trying to catch her, though. That's about a 5.5 second gap difference. But with these cars, no worries there. You don't need someone to help you out. You can catch them on your own. Tyler Orrick looking to do that and then some. You can see the fan kind of rolling around too. Yeah, there's a fan inside these cars here. And it's literally like an old school just metal fan they put in. Just to keep the drivers cool. You'd think that they would be able to stay cool with that wind air outside, but no, they need that wind inside as well. And you can just see the focus and the mental attitude and ground clearance that Orrick is right now trying to pull as he slows down. Looks like everyone's heading to pit road. Gonna head to pit road. Oh, hold on. Well, he said he wanted to get better at pit stops. That's definitely one way to do it. No speeding penalty in, but almost got that 07 to Cindy Taylor. Oh my. Matthew Hoffer will now take the lead away. Field's gonna try to get back into this one. The 5 Chantel Pottle right now trying to get back up to that 84. Matthew Hoffert maybe hoping for a little bit of a break or some help here. Remember, she has been what we've called the princess of flat track. She has absolutely tormented and beaten a lot of guys out, and gals too, on this very same playing field surface. Remember, she's got the most wins out of the bunch, really. So is it really any surprise there? But she's trying to get something figured out right now, and it's not working too well. The 87's. Hoffer enters into pit road. Cindy and Shriver are both out. Tyler Orrick will join them as well, so it's going to be a 3-car tangent. Powell's going to go into pit road here. Hoffer already down, trying to get the 84 cookout in and out quickly. But remember, those brakes are going to be extremely difficult to park in properly. You can see the tire just kind of slipping around right there, trying to avoid missing contact. Does get it in. Now we'll have to deal with the pressure coming to him. down to the final 13 laps coming up. Wofford's going to get the car out, but not in the nick of time there. Cindy will take the lead. And here comes Shriver and the rest of the pack coming from behind. Oric and Baker now working together, trying to get something going here for the crew. Mike Rideout yet again trying to get something stirred up with the tracks, trying to stir up the field. It looks like he's going to try to draft them all off here. Oric trying to stay with Shriver there in the terms of the draft and the speed, trying to keep up the consistency. Cindy Taylor is right now 3 seconds behind. And Oric, I'm not sure if he was going to go for the run there. He caught up right to the 14's back bumper, decided not to intervene or go too crazy here, it looked like. Maybe just trying to keep the speeds at bay and trying to keep both drivers at a fair and even chance. But look at this line here that 14 is following. He's going a whole different route. He's trying to run it like he normally would, while Oric is doing the middle ground clearance. I think really this is just to save his tires more than anything, which if you run a little higher and you keep it a little more under control, you actually don't burn the tires up as much. I think that's what he's trying to do, while Shriver's just trying to shorten the track to catch Cindy. I don't know how well that'll do for the tires, though. Working their way back off. Literally, that was a 5-second gap they had before they went into pit road. Now it's literally switched to a half a second gap at that coming to the line. Massive build up, massive pressure thrown on to the closer. Cindy Taylor knows what's behind her coming up. Oric trying to push the 14 with them. There they go, down the back straightaway. What will they do? Going to the outside, Oric will follow Shriver, and Shriver taking the top. Cindy does not try to block. He'll go to the bottom, and a new leader in the 14. And Shriver did tell me earlier that there was one track he needed to get off his list in leagues that he's been cursed at. It's this one. He's never won on the league sanctioned end for a Talladega race. He's won in officials, never been able to get that curse broken in leagues. A little bit of trouble down there too. Kevin Baker, what the heck happened to him there? Baker with some problems there with 10 laps to go. Something gone wrong, it looks like, in the 87 itself. Oh, well, we got our camera on it. He overdrove the corner off of turn 4. Ouch! Oh, my. Oh, my word. Went for an actual flip, landed it. I'll give him a 10 for the landing, but a 2 for the hit. Ouch. No caution, though. They stay green. They are going to remain green here. That was your PTM Instinct TV Instant Replay. Mike Rideout now trying to get back up to the front, back into the field, and bolster the momentum up. You got a pack of drivers right now trying to tandem their way through, see who gets the better of the other. Oh, and Con yet again trying to dictate the pace and trying to power it off here. It didn't quite formulate to what gravity will do to him. Trying to get the 5, Chantel Bottle and him back into possible chance of racing. But again, there is so much of a room and clearance to have to figure out how to catch into. Used to seeing the black and pink or white kind of designs up, but having to go switching to the black and orange today for the 5 Chantel Bottle. Definitely a subtle look, definitely a different little look there, interesting enough. 8 laps now left to go here. There is 4 cars battling for the win. Considering how late they went into pit road, fuel should not be a problem here. But again, what is going to be a problem is those darn tires. Having to watch your limits and watch yourself here and making sure that nothing can go wrong from this point on. Barking it down. 8 laps to go right now. Now turns to 7. Shriver trying to break a curse that he has been dealing with ever since the NASCAR Heat days. And he is doing a lot more than just race right now. He is actually blocking the 8th run. You see him actually as he caved off. He is trying to run it like a mile and a half right now. He's actually going to the top of the leg of the track and then sending it back to the bottom as he goes, eliminating the airflow and also creating max speed and control entering into the turn. Ulrich watching and paying close attention. Both drivers looking to try and score a win in the absolute barn burner fight out. They're going to be pumping it down here with about 6 laps to go. Looking good so far. Mike right out now. Look at the MRM 76. He's got some seams. He's got some openings. He's just kind of waiting patiently. Both drivers only doing what is needed right now, not trying to force any issues. I think this is brilliant strategy from everybody. Strategize your shots and strategize your marks when you can. Do not let the cars dictate your control. Cindy Taylor, though, looks like you can see she may be having a slight issue with the tire right now. Currently dealing with some troubles. Wait a minute. Speaking of troubles, the 5 Chantal Bottle has wrecked on out. There's a problem down there, and the caution is flying here. Oh, no. And just when you thought they were going to get it green to the end, trouble a bruise. What happened to the 5 here? Let's take a look at the replay. Both drivers pump drafting and bumping off Hub, but they forgot one thing. You don't want to bump draft too much, and Khan tried to save her, but that did not work. Goes for a little bit of a ride. And that just completely flipped this race on its head. The onboard camera here actually got wrecked. Probably not the most pleasant sight, nor the pleasantest sound to hear, I'll tell you that much. And just like that, now everything reversed into a whole different section in a whole different area. Something has got to give. They are not wasting time either. Those that went into pit road just got some tires and fuel and also a quick little fix up. They have fast repairs they can use, but only so much of an amount and time to use them. This is their green-white checker, the first attempt. Which one will pull off the W? The curse of Shriver at Talladega looking to be ended and broken. The 8 of Tyler Ulrich looking to pull off a huge win in a big spot with the greats. Matthew Hoffert looking to get back to a winning ways here on the plate track end. Mike Rideout has been only to victory lane once. Looks to try to switch that out. The closer, Cindy Taylor, was battling hard with them earlier on, looking to try to stick to it. We're coming to the green this time on by. Which driver wants it more? Your choice, folks. Green is out. One more time. Here we go. Driver, he did not care. He blocks the bottom. Right out. Now watching for an opening. Ulrich going to the outside. He's going to try to side draft him off. Looking for momentum. The 14 goes to the outside. Throws the block. Now Ulrich stays to the outside. Right out looking in. Cindy Taylor trying to push her limits as well. But here comes the rattlesnake. A sneaky little snake has snuck his way through the field. And the lone Buick trying to steal one. Ladies and gentlemen, we're waiting until the white flag this time on by. Slight edge to Ulrich. Shriver starting to lose momentum. Tire starting to fade. Has he done too much from the original? He didn't go into pit road when maybe he should have. Everybody else taking in control. The car is wobbling. It's starting to lose momentum. Oric staying in it. They lead him down. Stanley Potto goes for a ride to the back. Slam into the inside wall. Dropping him down low yet again here. They'll fire him off one more set of time by. Oh, that 14. Look at the steering on that thing. Is crossed up. 3 wide off. City gets around it. Toffer gets into it. Oric's got the lead, but here comes Kahn on the outside again. They'll fire him down one more time to the front straightaway. To the finish line they come. Who's it going to be? Kahn gets it just by 9 thousandths of a second ahead of the closer, Sidney Taylor. What a race. Whoa. Ho, ho, ho. Well, may not have been pretty, but he can catch his breaks when he needs to. The rattlesnake, Robert Kahn, catches another one in the 21, or the 12, supposed to be the 12, paying homage to the late great Bobby Allison with this win in the Miller High Life Machine. The Buick has come back to the Alabama Gang Sanctuary. What a wild, wild day of racing. Here's your race results now for Pushing the Lid Racing League. Robert Kahn wins it. The closer, Sidney Taylor, goes second by only 9 thousandths of a second. Tyler Oric just barely beat out to the line. Matthew Hoffer goes fourth. And right out will claim the top 5 to round out the field in this one. Other finishers, Christian Starr going 6th, 7 to Jason Henry, 8 to Chantel Pottle, 9 to Stanley Pottle, and 10 to Kevin Baker, Bill Watkins, DNF'd through the field. One race down, another to go. Dirt track racing coming your way here in just a little while, folks. But thank you so much for tuning in to the Pushing Let's Racing League Showcase at 87's at Talladega Superspeedway. We certainly hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time when the green flag flies.